When I'll do a gathering in person or talk to a group of people on our online network, I realize that they are such a disparate group of people. They transcend political and theological lines and age. And it's really about those inherently human things. It's about, and I talk a lot about fear, grief, and loneliness. I think fear, grief, and loneliness are really pressures that we all face. And I think so writing with a knowledge of those things, to speak into the fear and the grief and the loneliness, a lot of people understand that, and so they connect there. And also people who just value the idea of empathy or compassion and say, this world is undeniably cruel. And that movement seems to be coming from leaders in politics and religion. So what are we going to do to change that? It's going to be a ground up thing. And so that's who the people are. It's almost impossible demographically to figure out, because there's no pattern other than people saying, and that's really by design in some ways, Mark, because early on I was looked at maybe as a voice for progressive Christianity or this sort of thing. And I just tried to tell people, I'm not speaking for a movement. I'm speaking for myself and the questions I have, the prompts I'm feeling, and those who resonate with those can join me. And so that's what happens. You know, I've spoken for about 10 years now, traveled the country. I've been invited by progressive Christian churches, mainline Christian churches, and humanist conferences and synagogues and mosque and atheist events. But I've never once been invited by a conservative evangelical church to come and talk about these things. And that grieves me, because it says that the people in control there are afraid of just simple dialogue from exposing their people to a different perspective, because I'm sure they have things they hear about me, but if they were sitting across from me or hearing a presentation, they would realize they're not going to be dehumanized, they're not going to be caricatured, they're going to be listened to. So that's the really disturbing part about this, is how are we going to get from, how are we going to get across the divide unless people are willing to sit with difference?
Support independent faith-based journalism. Baptist News Global.